Hello, this is Stalker. I just played a game with my friend SynthetiQ. I was trying to get him to do a hatch first opening so I could show you all how to do a proper double stalker opening. Double stalker opening is great for whenever the Zerg delays their extractor, which goes down on one of these assimilators. Whenever they delay their extractor, it's usually because they're trying to get up a really fast hatchery right here. And if you are doing your normal 3-gate expand and you let them go hatch first, they will simply out macro you to death because they will be able to make drone after drone after drone after drone, and you will not be able to keep up in probe count. Again, that is with a normal 3-gate expand. So what the double stalker opening does is it takes advantage of the delayed ling speed, because lings off of creep and stalkers off creep are about the same, well, they're the exact same speed. So you can use your stalker to wreak havoc around the Zerg's natural for quite a while, until they have ling speed. The opening build is, well, it is an opening. The opening's pretty simple. You go Pylon, Gateway, Assimilator, and then another Pylon, and then instead of a Cyber Core, you place down a Gateway. And then after your Gateway, you'll stop probe production to get up a Cybernetics core pretty quickly, and then you resume probe production. And then once your 2 Gateways finish, you'll have 150 Vespene, get 2 Stalkers, Warp Gate Research, Chrono all 3 of those, and send the Stalkers down across the map. Pretty dang simple. So what you're going to look for with this scout probe is you're going to look to see where their pool is. If they don't have a pool and they're not getting a Vespene Geyser, they're likely just going to hatch first. Which is exactly what my friend does here. I noticed this, and then the next thing I'm going to look for is, well, he's going to lay a pool down, so you don't necessarily need to look for the pool. What's more important to look for is when his extractor goes down, because when the extractor goes down, the earliest he will have ling speed finished, assuming he already has a pool down, is 3 minutes 15 seconds thereafter. So you can use that timing to your advantage and pull any stalkers that are around here, forcing the Zerg to make Zerglings instead of drones. You can use that timing to your advantage and know when to pull them back so that Speedlings cannot surround your stalkers and kill them. Because if they do, and you lose those 2 stalkers, that is good game. Okay, so here you can see the 2 gateways. This gateway was placed down in place of the Cybernetics core, and the Cybernetics core was placed over here, and then probe production was resumed. So now I'm still with this probe, just looking to see when my friend SynthetiQ gets his extractor. And it looks like he got it at about 3:45. So I will know that I need to get my stalkers out of there just before 7 minutes, so they can be all the way back here by the time Speedling research is done. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit. Here you can see I chrono Warp Gate Research and my 2 stalkers out. And I'm rallying them across the map, right there. And my friend, seeing this, he lays down a preemptive spine crawler, which is exactly what you need to do. Now, it's great to pull up the units tab right here, because you can see exactly what the build is doing. It's keeping the worker count pretty dang even. Right now I'm actually a little bit ahead. And if you look at the production tab, it's getting my friend to he produced a bunch of lings just now, a spine crawler, and then we'll see what he produces with these new larvae. He's producing a bunch of lings, 4 more lings, so that's 2 less drones right there. Go ahead and look at the worker count. The worker count is dead even because of these 2 stalkers. Look at how many Zerglings he had to make, including the spine crawler. If I had just left him alone and done my 3-gate expand, this spine crawler, all these Zerglings would have been more drones, and I would be in a world of getting out macroed. Back at my base, it's important to be producing things out of these gateways, usually sentries, before Warp Gate finishes. Then once both of your nexuses are up, get this forge down, a cannon, and chrono out a lot of probes. See the worker difference right now? He has 7 more workers than me. That's not going to be like that for long once I chrono out a bunch of probes. Also, it's very important to kill any Zerglings outside of your base, because when you do, the opponent is much more likely to spend his next round of larvae on units, because he doesn't know if you're going across the map. Although my friend is pretty good, and he sent the Zergling here and made 3 drums with some roaches instead of just a bunch of roaches. And he sent the Zergling here to know if I was going across the map or not. And that is the overall idea of the Noble Stalker opening. You get your opponent to make as many non-drones as possible early in the game, and your opponent doesn't actually want to make those because he can't do anything. They're just going to be a bunch of slowlings and spine crawlers. Spine crawlers aren't going to do anything if you don't attack them, and the slowlings can't catch anything because all your units are ranged and you have sentries. The rest of this game, I went ahead and took a third, got a lot of immortals, and I had DT tech. I had lots of warp prisms with warping and DTs all over back here, and I was also making Archons for some splash damage because immortals suck against numerous units like Lings and Wingmans. Alright, so that concludes this how-to strategy guide for the double stalker opening. If you like the content in this video, then please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is a great way to directly support me if you'd like to see more content. And my next video I'd like to do is actually the triple stalker opening. So I did the double stalker opening, and now I want to do the triple stalker opening. You know, I just really like stalkers, obviously. And that is actually for PvP. And I believe I'll have it out in about 24 hours after I upload this. So be sure to check out the rest of my videos.